however, we're back to the gridiron with Brou's Ballot. Brou, this is usually when do we do this? Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
This is usually a Tuesday staple.
Yeah. This one was tough.
I bet.
Because we're still early in the season, so there's a lot going on.
Why is Jordan Love? Sorry.
Because he has two of the best victories in the league this season. Detroit, which is one of the top teams in the league. Well, I want to see where they are on the tiers, but they might be at the top. Detroit's playing great. Washington, we just saw them come back with Jaden and get a good win.
Two of the best wins and the single worst loss.
And I mean, Mahomes throws a pick six, 99 yards, and we brush over it.
We didn't brush over it. We led the show with it.
Yeah, but he was great otherwise. I mean, it was a mistake. I mean, you know.
They rarely happens. They had scored 3 points.
I mean, they're 2-1-1. The dude is cooking. He's number 5.
2-1-1. 2-1-1. He didn't play last week.
Everybody on my ballot, unlike some people in here, got a winning record. How about that? That's a little hint to y'all. Number 4, Josh Allen. Hadn't been phenomenal the last 2 weeks. I think he was number 1 on there last week. Yeah, last week, number 1. 3 turnovers in his last 2 games. But with all due respect to James Cook, who is a very good running back, if so much is on his shoulders. He's carrying that team. I don't think he has a great receiver, so I still have him on the ballot, but he's number 4. Number 3, I had this guy at number 2, but he in number 2, I had to really look closely. Goff is having a fantastic year. Number 1 offense in the league. He's second to Lamar in pass rating with 120. Leads the league with 12 touchdown passes. And like you guys said earlier, no Ben Johnson, no problem. At number 2, everybody's All-American. I got to give him love. He's throwing for 300 yards a game. The last 2 games, he got 764 yards combined. He's, cooking with, I think, 11 touchdowns, which is second to Goff. I know they've had some bad losses, but he is cooking.
Why is he ahead of Goff?
Because he's throwing for 300 yards a game.
He thinks he's playing better. I mean, the records are not that different. It's 4-1, 3-2.
It's tough.
It's hugely different. Okay, twice as many losses.
At number 1, Baker Mayfield. I mean, I got to give love to Baker.
Wow.
4 game-winning game-winning drives in the last minute this season.
You too.
This has got it.
Hold on. Dak's supposed to be on there?
No.
Well, no, that's not what Greg's going to be mad about.
Oh, what? Goff should be number 1, you think?
Come on, man. We really need to do that.
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones should have a spot above Jordan Love.
With 6 passing touchdowns in 5 games?
Daniel Jones has been better than Jordan Love this year.
Has he?
Yes.
Really? Because
really.
Jordan Love doesn't have Jonathan Taylor spinning and jumping and shaking and running for leading the league in yards. He got Josh Jacobs, who I like. I love Josh Jacobs, actually.
Do you?
But he's only averaging 3.3 yards a carry this year.
Brou.
All right? I told y'all, he don't have a top 100 receivers.
It's his fault.
It's his fault.
Right now, of course, it's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's also a time where we read some viewer mail. Sometimes I get physical mail from the post office. Christina goes down to the post office.
Yeah,
you paying attention? What, you're looking at your notes or you're paying attention to the letter?
No, I was honestly debating whether or not I was going to point out for the 5th time in the last 6 weeks that Christina has been promoted. She runs the OT show, and you should stop making her spend her valuable time walking to the post office.
She goes down.
She's just gracious.
Also, don't know if she walks. I think she takes Dusty's scooter.
No, she's far too smart for that.
Great work ethic, Christina.
Comments this time.
Oh.
From last week's Bud List on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
1. Brou and the First Things First crew better get the Brou cinematic universe onto the same level as the MCU. Remember we mentioned do you know what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is? You know what that is?
No. Now I do.
It's like all the Marvel,
all the guys
Iron Man and Captain America. They all
hang out with Dusty. Dusty's talking about it all the time. Yeah. The First Things First cinematic Bruniverse. This is something we as fans want to see expanded. Bruniverse is good. And Professor Brou, Cowboy Brou, Sandwich, and Injured are all characters in the Brou CU. So there was overwhelming response that this took off. So here are all the different brews: injured brew, bruto, muscular brew, robed brew, cowboy brew, ballot brew.
Wow.
That's just your normal self. We tried to introduce a new one.
Was that James Bond?
Yes.
Brew?
I love
And
that.
it was
I love that one.
Captain Easy Stance.
Easy
as
Stance
part of
is the hero
Yeah.
in the Brou cinematic universe.
There you go. It keeps expanding.
Wow.
Wow.
A
Well done.
true thespian with quite a range.
Yes, thank you. You guys finally recognized
It took a while, but you were
the
100%
great
right
acting
about that.
ability. Thank you.
job, bro.
Thank you. And Greg can act too. He's
Well
not
done.
bad.
Oh yeah,
Greg's
Greg
a
with the
good
goatee. Was that goatee real, or was that a?
That was real.
Oh, okay. You should bring that back.
He
got it right now.
No, but it was long.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, MVP talks.
No.
Well, I will say that he's not in the MVP conversation, but he's quietly having a very good year. As Wiles pointed out earlier, he's got 8 touchdown passes, ties him with several guys for like top 5 in the league. I mean, there's a bunch of guys with 8, bunch of guys with 9, but he's doing well. He is top 10 in passer rating. 102, which is like his best since his last MVP season
Right.
in
Second
Green
to
Bay.
last year in Green Bay.
Yeah, so he's playing well, but the thing is this, nobody believes in the Steelers. You guys probably know this. They're 3-1, the Ravens are 1-4, yet the Ravens are still favored to win the AFC North. And you got Cleveland coming to town Cleveland
Cleveland this
is playing Pittsburgh, and you figure you should win that game. You're 4-1. Ravens will be 1-5 if they lose, which everybody expects them to the Rams without Lamar. That is a sizable lead. Even if the Ravens get it rolling, you still, with Mike Tomlin coaching, the defense starting to play well, have held their last 2 opponents to about 17 points a game. They got an opportunity to win the division and obviously make the playoffs. And then even if they lose in the playoffs, whether it's first, second round, Rodgers, if he retires, can really go out of here in somewhat of a little blaze of glory. So it's all there on the table for you, Aaron, but you got to do it this week. I actually think this is going to be a tough game.
Wow.
This might be my upset alert.
Wow.
Because Cleveland, they play some teams tough. They obviously beat
Andrew
Green
from
Bay.
there.
And yes, that's right. So, Aaron, I'll be watching closely.
Okay.
All right. At number 2, Patrick Mahomes. All right.
Fair.
Now, Mahomes is playing well. And I would say, Nick, a lot of it is the eye test. He looks really good with the eye test. The stats aren't I know he threw for over 300
But what
last
about
game.
since the tackle that turned the tide?
Well, here we go, though. His passer rating total is still 93.
Yeah.
That's 19th in the league. All right, obviously that's not great. He had the great game against Baltimore, which we seem to say every week for that quarterback. But he had 4 touchdowns in that game. But this is all passing. Every other game, though, the other 4, he's only had 1 touchdown pass in each game. So playing well, it looks better than it actually reads statistically. He's obviously running the football well. But the team, of course, is 2-3. And this is a game, though, that unlike the Baltimore win, if you beat Detroit, this will age well. Yeah. Like Baltimore obviously isn't aging that well at this point. But you beat Detroit, that's going to age well. You beat a very good team, still without your best receiver, one of them in Rashee Rice. And now I think momentum that you lost in this weekend against Jacksonville last weekend, you get back if you beat Detroit. Also, there's the Jared Goff thing. You said it earlier. Jared Goff's the only current starter in the league that Mahomes has faced that he hasn't beaten. And Goff has actually outplayed Mahomes statistically in these games, which is very rare for somebody to do that. So this is kind of a good chance for Patrick to get the team rolling again, but also to get a little get back on Jared Goff. Boat, I believe in you. All right, at number 1, Gino, I am not sleeping on you. I'm comatose. All right? I am dead to the world when it comes to the Raiders. I'm knocked out, Wild. You can't wake me up.
Bro, still doing the segment.
I'm sorry. We started talking about the Raiders, and I fell asleep. Geno! No! Now, I know people think I don't like Geno.
No, you like him.
Yeah. I do. I do like Geno.
You like him. Yeah,
I'm just about tough love.
Oh,
That's true.
All right, Nick and Wild, y'all just praise Geno for, playing fairly well, being, he's become a franchise quarterback, and y'all praise him.
Yeah.
I believe Geno can do more.
Well,
so I challenge him to be better. And Geno, you got to be better. 9 interceptions already. 9. I mean, only.
He's on pace for 30, bro.
Only Jake Browning and Joe Flacco and the Prince. You sense a little theme here? The Prince, Geno.
What about them?
They're the only ones within the realm of Geno as far as interceptions. Oh, they're the only ones even close. All right, Jake Browning's got 8. So, Geno, this is the weekend to turn it around. You got Tennessee. All right, probably the worst team in the league. All right, if you don't cook against them, and they're coming off a victory, so they're feeling good about themselves.
Maybe.
This is your chance to cook and turn it around. Because now people are like, Geno was the one that went pumpkin mode. We've been waiting for somebody to go pumpkin mode, and Geno, after a nice 3-year run?
Yeah.
I don't think you've gone pumpkin mode. I actually still believe in you to turn it around, but it's got to start this weekend. Like I said, Geno, I believe in you.
Oh, wow.
I do.
Excellent Bud list. That was tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love. I'm pulling for him.
I definitely like the Geno ad. That was a good ad.
Thank you.
I'm going to throw Jamar Chase up here.
Wow.
I know a lot of people like, what? He doesn't have his quarterback. And that's why I'm throwing him up here. Because Jamar, it's not really a knock on you. You've been as good as you have been, but we need you to be better. And not just better statistically, better in the building, better on the practice field, and more importantly, just better as a leader now. Like, you don't have Joe Burrow. Now, a few more months down the road, we'll see. But right now, you got a guy coming in, Joe Flacco, and you got a guy that is your counterpart in T. Higgins that has been playing below standard. You've been trying to hold up your end. We need you to be more vocal. We need you to do everything you possibly can as a player to solidify the fact now you earned it, you deserve it, and you are paid as one of the best players in the game. I want to see it show up. Regardless of record, I want to see continued effort, and you've been giving that. I want to see you get the best out of the guys that you're on the field with. That means any quarterback that's in there, you need to say and do whatever is necessary to elevate their game. You need to talk to your counterpart, T. Higgins, and say, my man, I need more. I need more out of you. Regardless if we're going to win these games, we can't be a reason why we are not having success, not only as a team, but isolated as an offensive unit, because we were depended upon to be special. Be that, despite what you don't have. Now, you've been putting up your numbers, and I want to show everybody your numbers because we need you to do a little bit of everything. You've been putting up the yards. We need more touchdowns. But even if you got to tackle, I need you to tackle.
5 tackles.
That's a lot of tackles.
We need you
Probably
to do
a career
everything that we possibly can have you do in Cincinnati if Who Dey Nation is going to stand up. You got a tall task in front of you this week, but it's nothing to a real one, right? So be a real one. Look to your left and your right, and that
I bet he can
quarterback.
add a couple more tackles this week.
might have to.
How many tackles do you have in your career?
Probably about 3, if that.
He had 3 last week.
Yeah, he did. At one point, he literally was leading the Bengals in tackles last week.
Like, I mean, it's been rough.
Yeah.
Jamar, but If there's anybody that can get through it, it's you.
Well, that's motivational too. It's 4:12 on the dot. We nailed it. It's time now, whether you like it or not, for the Sports Media Ombudsman.
All right, I think you're going to like it, and today,
even if I don't,
is one where the Sports Media Ombudsman would like to give some flowers.
Oh, good.
Wow.
So, I know it, and don't put the bar up yet if we could, but I want to talk about Ollie Connolly for a moment. So, if you guys, you're like, hey, where do I know that name? About 9 months ago, Ollie Connolly reported first, all the way from England, where he's based, Bill Belichick's going to be the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. And people were like, huh? Why does this guy have this story? But he had it. And by the way, shout out to him. He was on Sky Sports coverage of the NFL games from London. He has a great Substack called The Read Optional. He often goes on my favorite NFL podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. Ollie Connolly, for some reason or another, has the Belichick story more than anyone, which is why when yesterday he tweeted the following, and I'll read you some of his tweets. Per sources, Bill Belichick has discussed buyout options with North Carolina's hierarchy. Belichick has signaled a willingness to trigger his own $1 million buyout if he can find a soft landing with another team or in media. He went on to write, members of Belichick's coaching staff have already spoken to other schools that are expected to be in the CFB playoff about taking on roles during the postseason. From one coach, quote, the Rats are leaving the ship. Again, that's from a coach on the staff. Some staffers believe a change will come within 2 weeks. Then he sent a few more tweets in the last one. From one UNC defensive assistant. Wow. What we've done to these kids is bleeped up. Now, two things. One is shout out to me for reading that off the screen in front of me.
You don't know how small that was.
Good job by me there because I was really testing the old eyesight. But here's the point. Belichick's tenure at Carolina's over. You can put it on the bar now, which means Bill Belichick's coaching career's over.
Yes.
And this is going to be a real test in can you actually go backwards in legacy? Because this has been such a farce and such an unmitigated disaster. If he is essentially quitting during year one, when it is young people, it is college, it's not the pros, I know they're paid, but when you have 70 students transfer to play for you, and we are in early October, and your own assistants are making international calls to Great Britain to be like, oh man, we're looking for jobs this season. That said, looking for landing spots during this postseason because you keep getting dog walked by every Power 5 school you face. What does that mean for Belichick, how he is remembered? And again, I am not someone that tries to do the revisionist history on Belichick, without Brady, because Belichick's first 3 Super Bowls, Tom Brady wasn't yet Tom Brady. I'm taking nothing away from what he accomplished from 01 to 20 in New England.
Yeah.
But this last half decade, Brou, has been covered in embarrassment, odd decisions, a very weird personal life that has become very public, and now one of the most disastrous tenures in the history of major college football that might be over before it started. And so I think it's done. I trust Ollie Connolly. If he's saying it, I believe him.
Yeah, because there were denied, both camps kind of came out and denied.
But it's over.
But yeah, I think this is a great I am one, and like you said, you can't take anything away from Belichick's legacy as far as, he's arguably the GOAT.
Yep.
But I am one that has pointed out, whether it was Cleveland, whether it was New England, whether it's this, UNC, he hasn't done really much winning at all without Tom Brady. And I get that Brady was not Brady in those first 3 Super Bowls, so Belichick gets a ton of credit for that. But that team did turn around as soon as Brady took the starting job. As soon as he just, for whatever reason, it was something about Brady that got them the win. But I would say when you said his legacy, I do think I have in the past said he's the GOAT. I think this puts, and I just said it, and arguably in front of there for sure. Now when you bring up an Andy Reid or some other coach, I think people won't just scoff at it like, what are you talking about? He's got 6 Super Bowls. But I look at Phil Jackson in New York, which was bad, you know, him
but it wasn't embarrassing.
Think about that.
No, I'm just saying, my point is this. I'm saying that did not hinder Jackson's legacy at all. Jordan with the Wizards did not take away from his legacy.
Embarrassing.
I don't think this. I hear you, Nick, but I don't think. I think he should go in the media, and I think he'll be beloved. I don't think it'll ruin.
See, that's the thing, KW. Like, I think this cements he will not get another chance to coach.
No, he won't.
Probably. I would say a media, if he wants to consult, but he can't consult. That's the problem. He wants to be the king.
Yeah.
If you want to be the king and run everything, I don't know if he has the bandwidth for it.
We say he should do media. He will need to do it differently than he did it last year. Last year, it seemed like he was just auditioning for jobs. And taking, like, the only time he was critical.
Really good.
I think he could be
He was critical about the Jets, the Patriots at times, but so I think he could be good at it, but it didn't seem to be his real goal. His goal was to get the job. I don't know.
I think he'd be good. First things first overtime, just saying. Still learning.
I think he'd be great.
Yeah, I think he'd be
But
great.
it's a bad finish.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be a bad finish, but it is an awkward fit. Giannis making the Bud list. Talked about how long he is for Milwaukee. Okay, so Brou, my question to you is this. Can that philosophy actually work in practice? Where I am 100% locked in here, day to day, focused on what's in front of me, the game in front of me, the play in front of me, who we have to play tomorrow maybe. I'm not looking long term. Or is there already cracks in the foundation that prevents you from playing at your best that will hasten means go faster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hasten your exit from Milwaukee.
I actually think with Giannis, it can work because people know first of all, he's going to give 110%. We know that. Practice, games, and people know his character. Like, his teammates know his character, and they know. I don't think there's going to be any question about how hard he's playing. The problem with the Bucks, they're not going to be good enough.
Correct.
That's just all there is to it. And I think what you need to watch is the trade deadline. At some point, Mikal Bridges will become movable at some point for the Knicks during the season.
Yeah, but the Knicks don't have picks.
Right.
You'd have to be like 3 teams.
But if he's saying he just wants to go to, and I think from both standpoints, New York wants to see what they look like. Because right now, on paper, it's New York and Cleveland atop the East.
I can tell you, they look better with Giannis.
No, I hear
Regardless.
you. I do hear you. And I'm not, like Nick said, the picks are what kind of could stall stuff. But I'm saying if you're New York and you don't look quite as good as you thought you would, and if you're Milwaukee and it's just we're mediocre, that's when something could be done.
Feels a little, and again, I would never think this was a unique situation. When we knew that Durant wanted out in the Draymond conversation that they had, felt like that was finally.
Well, they still would have won that championship, but for Durant getting hurt.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.